Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I got a story. Want to hear it? Here it goes. So it is now Saturday, May 24th. It's approximately a little bit after 9 a.m. I just got finished dropping my man off to work. We got to make that money. I'm going to start in a little bit, probably doing some little bit of gig work myself. I did a story briefly yesterday talking about resetting and dealing with grief. Please check out my story. It's a part 1 and part 2 series. I'm going to probably do a separate video today that's a little bit better. I tried to insert the clips of the actual scene where my son was unalived, and I also showed pictures of the day after going back to the scene. You'll see the resuscitation bulb that was used to try to resuscitate him. It was left on the ground out in the open. You can see trigger warning, a little bit of blood spackle on the ground, which was the actual step where he initially collapsed before he was supposedly pulled to safety. And I think there's like a little cigarette butt by my foot. So that's actually my slide that's in the picture by the cigarette. And you can't really see it that clearly, but there is blood spackle on the ground. So I will be showing that information, or doing a separate video with a voiceover explaining that soon. So I just wanted to kind of come on here and kind of give you a presentation of what's going to happen in the next video. But today, this is just a weekly recap of me talking about my health ventures with gastric bypass surgery, updates on that, updates on my back injury and how that's looking, and go from there. So I hope everybody weekend is lovely. This is Memorial Day weekend, so I know there's going to probably be a lot of cookouts, crab boil or seafood boils, or people going to the beach or out of town. I wish you a safe journeys in doing those things, but just we go ahead and get that out of the way. So my weekly recap, I did finish off my last round of physical therapy. My physical therapist is recommending that we continue treatment, so we will see how that works. I finally did hear back from my spine specialist, indicating that they did get the approval for the epidural shots. We're gonna have 4 rounds of those, is how it's gonna start. And he did tell me that it's gonna probably take about 2 rounds for me to actually see some improvement. So I'm very looking forward to that. That way it can allow me the opportunity to be able to work out a little bit better and be a little bit more mobile, because it's very uncomfortable. I tried walking on the track at the Y yesterday and I about cried. Their track is a little bit different. Their indoor track has like a hill incline. When you get to the corners, it's like a incline and then a decline. So I just feel like I'm not level walking on that track on indoors, but it was too hot to use the outdoor track yesterday. As y'all could see, I was in beads of sweat yesterday. So what I ended up doing was I did try to do some rowing on the little indoor pool row machine. They do have me ride the bike at physical therapy for about 10 minutes. And that's about all I could tolerate. When I got done, I went ahead and went in the sauna and sat in the sauna for about 20 minutes to loosen my joints up, took a shower. We went out to eat, went to bed, and that was it. I was so tired last night, I couldn't even put that CPAP machine on. I'm sorry. It was just like, nights out. So, yeah. So I do have a Lidocaine patch on my back. I actually also have one on my knee, due to being so sore and stiff. So that's basically my weekly recap in regards to that. So my first round of injections will be on June the 6th. And then they'll follow up with a follow-up appointment the day after my birthday, which would be on June 25th, because my birthday is June 24th. So the receptionist said she definitely wasn't going to make me come back the day of my birthday, so we did schedule it the day after, which was the 25th. So that's when I'll be looking forward to go ahead and getting the first rounds of injections for my back. As far as gastric bypass, I have went ahead and scheduled all of my appointments. I have an appointment next month, I believe on the 7th. That's my first appointment with my primary care doctor. I was not able to get any additional appointments through the weight loss management office due to the fact that the physician there is booked all the way out to December. So by that point, I would have already had the surgery. I've also made that appointment that was required for me to have a psych evaluation as well. That appointment is in July. I believe it is July the 2nd or the 1st, which is kind of weird because it's around the time when my son passed away. But anyway, we're going to push through that and go ahead and have that psych eval done, and so we can go ahead and get cleared. Once I have gotten through that appointment, I could go ahead and schedule the surgery. So fingers crossed, we're looking for the first part of August, or at least in August in general, I will be having my weight loss surgery. And again, for those that did not watch my previous video, in regards to originally we were looking at the sleeve, but this time, because of the desired weight loss that is required for me to be in a safe zone so that some of these health issues that I currently have will subside, I will need to be under a certain weight. So to trigger that, we're going to go ahead and do the actual full gastric bypass surgery versus the gastric bypass sleeve, which are totally different. For those that don't know the difference, the sleeve is where they take a section of your stomach and they cut it in half. And you do have the option. Sometimes they'll leave the remaining portion inside, and there's some doctors that will go ahead and remove the other half of the stomach. They call it a sleeve because once they cut it off, it kind of resembles the shape of a banana, and normally they will clamp it off, and you'll have like the dissolvable stitches as well that's in there. They'll stitch it up and then clamp it as well. And of course, you do have some risk factors that are related to having weight loss surgery. I watched on TikTok recently, there was a young lady that was struggling after she said it's complications to having gastric bypass surgery. I think she had where her liver was failing and her kidneys were failing as well. And she tried to relate it to complications of gastric bypass surgery. So there again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. That's her story to tell. And unfortunately, she did pass away at a very young age of complications of having those things, two organs failing on her. I mean, there are risks. Those are in the community are aware of the risk. Our doctors tell us what the risks are. My doctor did not mention anything about liver failure or kidney failure. Now, as you all know, I am suffering from stage 3 chronic kidney disease. My doctor feels that it's in my best interest, my PCP feels that it is in my best interest to go ahead and have that surgery done, so that it does not put me in any further dangers of losing my life. You know, kidney disease is nothing to take lightly. There are people that die daily from having to be on either dialysis, and those that don't know, I've had family members that are